No matching constructor for initialization of draw connector style. Candidate constructor while cannot convert initialize list argument to connector style params plus. Yeah, because these changes here are just line style changes. Seems these things are on the wrong side. I think I have them before the points. Not sure. They are before the points, these two, in create connector, which is a template taking it as arguments. Asking the arguments to plot connector as is. I think I should bring back my helper stuff. That means get diff plot.h. There's a plot connector. Plot connector is constructed here. This is a plot connector. And that gets the arrowhead shape from at the end. default.h aft add connector. I don't think I have a fill color. Ay, niño. Arrowhead style from setting a default here. Oh. No. Ugh. Yeah, well, it's not interesting what I'm doing, so. But it is difficult. No. I'm in the middle of it. Connector style. Connector style has already arrowhead style in it. So this doesn't seem to make any sense to have this here. Unless I guess I'm just copying it. Nah. I'm just copying it. Yeah, this must be removed, I think. Well, it make an improvement. I changed my build scripts a little bit, so now I have this filter back in. So if I type make, it runs this, but now with the Ninja filter. So I don't have to scroll as much anymore. It just prints the first error and then stops. Yeah, people think that I type make, but it's not really true. It's actually I type this. CMake. My own build system. Use of undeclared identifier. Yeah, okay, this is a .cxx file and I just renamed this to just style. Yeah, this just should not crash. Going to remove it. Hopefully we come up at the other end without crashing. And then that is not necessary. The bloody thing compiles as impossible. I'm not even going to run it. Let's have a look at what seems to be happening now. Okay, so new is I got rid of the open arrow style. We just have a connector style now, which can be derived directly from its base class. And it is derived from a line style, so I can say, you know, construct a connector style from my line style. And then it copies the base class, then becomes equal to the line style, and the rest is the default. So whatever is added to connector style is the default. I'm using my line style, but except that I change the color and the dashes. So the line width is still 1, and whatever else line style has that is kept at the default here already is still the default in connector style. I would say if that compiles, then it should work. Huh? And then when we create a connector, I'm passing that style, but my style now does not contain if the arrowheads exist or what the shape they have. And then I can follow this by 1 or 0, 1 or 2 arrow shapes, in this case 2, followed by 2 points. And then it will create a connector from this point to that point, using this as the from arrowhead shape, and that is the 2 arrowhead shape, or if there is only one of them, it's the 2 arrowhead shape, and there is no arrowhead from at the starting point of the vector, whatever it is, connector. Thus, create connector is a template which takes the connector style and then 0, 1 or 2 arrowhead arguments, which are part of the args, followed by any other arguments that have to be passed to the constructor of the draw connector. And so I brought back my helper class. We have 2 defaults, no arrow and open arrow for the from and the to, which I pass to the create connector helper by reference, including the style, of course. And the arguments are passed as a perfectly forwarded tuple. So then we just test here if the first element of args equals an arrowhead shape, then I recursively call the helper after a stripping of one argument. And if the second argument is also a shape, arrowhead shape, then it must, that first argument then is the from shape, and otherwise it's the to shape. Note that if you have just one of them, then this does not exist, so then it is the to shape. But if we have 2 of them, then the first one is the from shape, and I strip that off. So then the next time we have only 1. So then the second one becomes now the first one, and then it's assigned to the to shape. So it's either nothing or just 2 or from and to. And then eventually everything is stripped off. And these were references, so it doesn't matter how deep we go. They've been updated. And then I construct a plot connector by calling apply on the tuple, returning the connector constructor with the remaining arguments and the 2 defaults that we collected for the shape. And that is for the plot connector. And then finally I call add connector layer and then connector style and plot connector. But now the plot connector contains the shapes of the arrowheads, and its style contains everything else. But first look at the plot connector then, if what that is doing at the moment. Oh, that was in plot. This is the plot connector. Well, yeah, not doing anything. It just uses the constructor of the base class. So actually you have to go to the cairo window connector, which is here. And that takes indeed from and a 2 point and 2 arrowhead shapes. It also takes 0 or 1 of them. But I don't think I'm using that. But the user can construct these things also directly. So that's what this one is for. And well, it just stores it in an enum, one of these shapes. It's kind of like before, so like 2 days ago. Except now add connector is not being passed those things because, well, they are already stored in the plot connector. So then add connector extracts the shapes from the plot connector, which you just constructed. And then it constructs a draw connector, passing again the style, and then this time we do pass both of the shapes. Osama, every day, hours and hours, until you can't hear me anymore. And I've been doing this already for more than 2 years or something. In my eyes, it's all very boring, but hey, maybe people learn something from it or get more self-esteem. Seeing a 30 years experienced C++ professional. Well, I'm not professional, I'm not being paid, but it's the only thing I do. Struggle this much, you know, then you know how it's a real life example of what it could look like. What is the best that you can expect for yourself? Yeah, C++ rocks. It's my world. Okay, so draw connector is constructed here. Let's find the constructor. That's here. And indeed, it takes the connector style and the 2 shapes now, and then I'm again storing those separately, which I guess has to be the rest of the style is stored in line, you know, the draw line, the base class here. I was shortly confused, and I'm still confused, but let's show the line, the draw line. It just stores the line style as well. The draw, so this is in the draw namespace. I have 3 lines, I have 3 of every object. 1 in cairo window, 1 in cairo window plot, and 1 in cairo window draw. And the draw ones deal with pixels and the styles, and it just stores it, otherwise it could not redraw itself. Redraw on re-exposure and stuff like that. And my connector style is derived from the line style and adds arrowhead styles. With the arrowhead styles, well, I'm just copying that now from style. So definitely something wrong here. I'm not using my shapes. The shapes are not being used. So we got this far and they're not even being used. Okay, so now the problem here is then that they don't fit in the arrowhead style, right? I removed them from it. The arrowhead style only contains, well, that's not true actually, because arrowhead style is derived from shape style, which can draw any shape, including all the arrowheads, but also other stuff, triangles and diamonds and circles. So the shape is definitely stored in there, and I think I'm going to extract it also from here when drawing. So that draw line is doing that. What the hell? No, draw arrowheads. Well, let's hope draw arrowheads is being called. I think it is being called. Then we look at the shape inside style form, yeah. This is again very confusing. Draw arrowhead from. It can't draw it unless it has a style. So the style must be stored inside whatever this is pointing to. But I have a separate style. It's a mess, man. Yeah, it's simply drawing this. So you would say arrowhead itself should store the style, not here. Let's see if it does. Arrowhead. Which namespace? That does the arrowhead style. Yep. So I should not be storing it there. I should be constructing my arrowheads with the correct style. XY direction style. So that is wherever this is created, which is here. Which uses the style. Okay. So it makes no sense, I think, to store them here, because they're during the constructor of this object. These things are being constructed and they already contain the arrowhead style itself, so yeah. So we don't need those. We'll start with deleting them. And then of course I can't do this because they don't exist anymore. But yeah, can't do this. But then we don't have this anymore, of course. So I need to be able to check if there is an arrowhead. I should do this from here. So it's just coincidence that it compiled. I was still in the middle of changing stuff. I was like, what? It compiles? I wasn't finished. So we checked those shapes. So I mean, I just checked how they were passed all the way till here. And that's what I used to see if there is an arrow at all. And if there is, then we construct these arrowheads here, and they must be constructed with the correct style, because that style is being used to draw them. So this must be the correct style, and that is an arrowhead style. Yeah. I think we get those then partially from the style from we get them partially from style itself, the connector style, for the color, for example, and the dash, the line dashing. Yeah, even arrowheads have possibly lines. For example, the open arrow is just two lines, so they can have dashing. It's derived from line style. And of course the color. But still no shape. This thing is still not used. So the arrowhead that is being constructed here, I mean, standard makes shared construction, and then as a returns a shared pointer to whatever it constructed on the heap. And the rest is just the arguments to the arrowhead constructor. So I can jump to arrowhead, to constructor here, and see that we take an arrowhead style by value. Which is this thing, which is just an arrowhead base style, which is declared here with this macro, which is derived from shape and has does not even have any extra here, empty list. So there's nothing extra. It's just basically it's just a shape style. And the shape style is declared here, which is derived from line. So that's where the line style comes from for the arrowheads. But this one has its own fill color. Fill color. Yeah, okay, on top of the line color. And the position, which must be a tip, and the shape. And I didn't touch the shape so far. So we have to override this shape here. And the whole idea of using those dirty macros is that I can override it using designated initialization. So I do dot shape equals and the rest stays the same. But we can do that only on a shape style params delta. Don't ask. Okay, you can ask. I'll show you. These are the macros, and the macros declare this class here, or struct. So that's the shape style params delta. This lists stuff that we can override, and it is accepted by operator parenthesis of class style, so shape style. So we need a shape style, and then we can call the operator parenthesis with a delta, and then just use braces. So we use the default, which is defined here with undefined values, except we override one of them, and then all of them are undefined between double quotes, except for the dot shape. And then this list here will replace only the dot shape, because it's the only one that is not undefined from the current copy. So you get the defaults of the value that we already had, but the shape is changed. So we need class style, yeah, and then that operator, which means the shape style. We need the shape style. Okay. Now here's the shape style. Style underscore, and we can also call style. It's probably more logical, and that is on the base class of the arrowhead base. In other words, base class of my arrowhead style. Now I lost my train of thought. So the arrowhead style, style is connector style. Let me give that name, because it makes stuff a little bit more clear. To the connector style has an arrowhead from, which you can't find back this way. We need to do something special, I guess, with C-tags, so that we jump to one of the macros. I think this is basically it. So that returns a arrowhead style, and that was derived from etc, so that has had the base class. Yes. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that this is then also the one that we have to call the parenthesis thing on, and then we can pass the whatever blah 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 params delta, where I just set the shape to the shape that I want, which is the from shape, of course. But I think this one needs an enum shape. So I need to convert that with this function here. And then the same thing here, except a little bit different. This must be 2 now. No, I don't know, but if it compiles, it works because it's a shape and it has to and from, and I mean, like literally, like, right? I mean, if this compiles, then apparently the shape is set to whatever we want. But I have no idea if it compiles. It doesn't. Warning. Comparison of different enumeration types. Let's have a look at that. Oh, the arrowhead shape from here is still the arrowhead shape, so no arrow. They happen to have the same value, so it would have worked even, but it's no arrow. Try that again. Connector no error. Enum is defined inside a class. A different connector. Oh boy, where's it defined? Connector, Cairo window connector. And here we have a connector, but we are inside draw. So now I have to type in full Cairo window connector. It's ugly, but I don't care because it's inside the library code, not nothing to do with user code. So I really don't care. Well, yeah, when ugliness goes over a certain what is it, limit, and then I do my refactor, which is exactly what I'm doing right now because something did get too ugly. But that's okay. That's what namespaces are for, I would say. Use of undeclared identifier style from. Strange. Oh, I deleted it. Yeah. So those we don't have that anymore. And the question is now, are these things even called like ever? Let's start with commenting them out. Error, use of undeclared again. Right, so yeah, I deleted it because we already had it. But not really, because, oh, that sucks. Mm. Yeah, this I can't do that then. I mean, I can't test this. I'll just have to test the value of the shared pointer directly. If the shared pointer is, if there was no head, I'm not creating them, so they don't exist. So I lost the information that I don't have a head. Well, not really, because if this is still a null pointer, then apparently there was no head. No, yeah, no arrowhead. So that this is the solution, but then we definitely won't crash anymore though. And now it compiles, so I would say, yeah, well, yeah. I would say it works now, but let's have a look at one of the harder examples. Yeah, it crashes you. Oh, what? No, not really. This version of libcwd was compiled with a different configuration that is currently used. Where the hell does that come from? Now, this of course is intended to I mean, it's much better to get this fatal error than some mysterious crash. But I did not update libcwd at all. I didn't change anything since the last time this worked. The only thing I did was run configure again. So maybe it did pick up a different libcwd. Really strange. Really, really strange. Now, then of course, you have to find out which libcwd it links with to begin with. No, that is not the correct one. Even if I didn't even find it yet, and I already know that. Where is it? CWD. Yeah, user local. What the F, man? So it picks up some old install, which is really weird, or maybe not really weird. I think I understand what the reason is, but it's a bit too complicated to explain. I have it described somewhere, but you're not watching this stream for that, I think. The point being, anyway, that I have an LD library path set, so this must be. And it is set to user local, and that is not allowed. And I have somewhere documentation that says something along the lines of the user must be knowing what they are doing, because it can go wrong if you do this and that. Where this and that includes set a library path without passing some kind of linker option. I'm not passing that linker option. I should just keep my library path empty. Now that comes probably from this environment file. Well, install prefix is just being set here. Set the correct path. Okay, the reals. Okay, then now I understand what happened then. I deleted Wait, set compiler environment. So at some point I had a lot of different compiler versions installed. A lot. And then yeah, I mean, you want to link with libraries that are compiled by the same compiler. So I just set my environment bin lib package config as per compiler version. And then the idea was that everything that is compiled with a certain compiler, say Q compiler version, is installed in this install prefix. And the environment makes sure that you can only get something from that install prefix, so you automatically get all the libraries that you compiled with the current compiler version and the current compiler. And the thing that goes wrong here is that after that I wrote and started using Gitash, which uses a CMake to get and find CMake variables, basically, to get and find compiled libraries. And that clashes with setting the LD library path. Maybe I should just remove this altogether, because I kind of switched to using CMake exclusively, and this is kind of auto tools-ish. Plus yeah. On the other hand, if I'm using CMake, I should just uninstall unset LD library path. Could add that to configure, I guess. So we have configure here, and I could say this is run from the same environment, and then we say it calls set compiler environment. I changed configure also. I did rerun configure. I also switched to this more general configure from another configure function that I had. So that is the problem. But I can fix it in here, because if CMake configure options is being set, you would say what the most logical thing would to override the CMake settings. I mean the other way around, to have that override this LD library path. But I don't really want to do that. So maybe I should like also check if Gitash is being used. So I have Gitash set, of course, something Gitash. So if Gitash root is set, then maybe makes a tiny little bit more sense to check that. So if not empty Gitash root, which is then automatically its own comment. Now it's much more clear why it is unset. Yep, so resource to reload that file, and then configure to run it again. And now it should be unset. So let's try to unset pre-path X11. It's not really set. I should of course have done this, but it's just not set. So now I should be able to I don't know, I think I need to relink everything or not. No, I shouldn't. Okay, do the LD thing. See, that's why I said I know it. It's just if you look here, you see immediately that key touch is being used because those paths are so long. So now it's picking up the right one from key touch. And now we should no longer get that fatal error. We run this one again. But it does crash now, or assert. Trying to draw a shape which is neither stroke nor filled. The line color and the fill color are both transparent. Yeah. I don't think I have anything filled, so the fill color should probably be transparent here. I think just the line color is not set. And I have no idea why that would be the case. So just try this run. And then we see here that, of course, the style is line colors transparent, line width of 2. It's weird in itself if this is a connector. Dashes is empty. Fill color is transparent. It is set at the tip, and it's an open arrow shape. So it's not filled, it's open. But we're missing a line color. And if you ask me, the line width should have been 1, but I'm not sure. Now, where does this come from? The style was also printed here. Or not, I don't see it. Okay, Windows turned off, I think. Maybe I should turn that on. Because we're debugging. The more debug output, the merrier. Pretty verbose. So now you can see it here, same thing. Yeah, this is not very helpful. Would be better if I just printed what that actually was. You're not useful at all. Let's find the word that is being printed. Also, this is not very useful, I must say, but at least I have something. We could call some virtual function that is implemented by all classes derived from layer region, and which then print out who they are. I think layer regions are all on the heap, so I could maybe use that, find the allocation, and then we know also what the full type is. But yeah, not unless I get totally stuck. So this is the object. 0555 is I believe on the heap. So let's highlight that, and then maybe you can find back where it is constructed. No, did not get printed when it was constructed. Bah. Oh, there it is. Arrowhead from. So we get into draw arrowheads, and the arrowhead from is set. So yeah, definitely should have a style including a shape. Then let's see if we can find that back. This is a shared pointer to an arrowhead. Element type, that helps. What is the get returning? Or this, of course. Might as well print the contents of the cast to that of this pointer. Too many statics. Derived from a shape, which is derived from a layer region. That looks very undefined, but maybe that is because it didn't get drawn yet. Also very undefined. Everything is null. Okay, we have a geometry. Here's a style. That's the line style of, I guess, the connector. Just already see the word connector somewhere. Oh, does my shape have a line style as well? Of course it has a line style. Ta-da. Yeah, transparent. Dashes. Don't have dashes. That tip is correct. Open arrow shape. Yeah. Well, at the moment this thing was constructed, I have been attempting to set the shape, and apparently that failed. So I could print debug output from the constructor of that thing. That thing being this. I have a lot of colors. I have more colors than I like. It's supposed to be a single arrowhead, so it can have two colors, a line color and a fill color. And it has 4 colors. Yeah, that's kind of nonsensical. That one's double as well. It's even worse. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is a style, and that's part of the shape, and then we get arrowhead style, and that also has a shape, or arrowhead style. No, it is yeah, shape style. Bum, 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 bum. Hmm. Yes, this is a debugger. It feels that I can remove this. The arrowhead has already shape, which stores its own shape style. And therefore there's no really a need to add an arrowhead style as well to the arrowhead, especially not since that does not add any extra elements at the moment. This does not fix the bug, but I really don't I really hate duplicates, so I have to start to get rid of that first, I think. So I guess it's all in draw. Arrowhead. So yeah, the arrowhead style doesn't store anything extra, so I have a duplicate here. So let's get rid of this style. Then we simply don't store it. And the arrowhead style, which does exist, is also being passed to the base class, to the shape. But yeah, whatever, you know. So arrowhead style is derived from arrowhead base style, which is derived from shape style. Therefore you can just pass that to shape style, which is of course taken by shape. So this works then, although we then lose every additional parameters, which do not exist because there are no additional members here listed at all. For now, I'm just going to delete it, I think. Tell me who's best, C++, Python or Java? Well, it depends on what you want to use it for, I think. Although Java is probably at the very, very, very bottom. Okay, thank you. and wrong top. Now before we were in what? Printing connector CXX layer draw arrowhead from. Here. And then I was printing this, but that pointer might have changed. The pointer came from this, or we just print that, and then we print again the same thing, which is this. No, I got rid of a style. So now we have only one duplicate. It's still transparent, of course. Now to detect this, I would say if a style is created, even a line style with both. Yeah, I'm not sure. I want to be able to detect the correct construction, style construction here. And I thought, well, I can look at this one. If it's a tip, okay. And that one as well. Especially this one. Yeah. Right, so if a style shape is constructed with a shape equal to this, and both line color and fill color, well, you can just look at line color. If that's transparent, then that's not a construction that I want. That would be right on top of the bug. So we go to, that is a shape style, which is defined in draw somewhere. Yeah, I draw shape. And then we have the shape style, but the style here is constructed from this style, which is being passed. So I can just detect that here. Assert. Oh wait, actually you can look at this shape then. So if the shape equals oh, what is that? Oh yeah, open arrow shape. I can do here. Assert. At that point, the style should not contain a transparent line color. Now the default is both transparent. Oh, we see it coming, don't we? So style dot line color is not transparent. Yeah, no. I think line color returns a color, I hope. That's a color, and that has a better way to test the transparency here. Is transparent. So not line color is transparent. No, okay, we did assert there, that's good. Let's now see if we can understand what that went wrong. Seems to be constructed from an arrowhead style, which has the color transparent. So yeah, kind of weird to do that. So this happens because my connector style, I'm changing the shape and not the color. So the connector style color should survive. And that has a color here. But the arrowhead from is transparent. Both of them. Arrowhead style inside connector style is not initialized correctly. And the connector style came from that's being passed as a const reference to the constructor of connector. Yep, transparent. So that is passed as a transparent color to add connector. Up. That is this connector style. It just comes from the user, I think. It's being passed to create connector helper. Which no doubt is passed from create connector. It's still connector style, just being passed to it, which is being passed from connector style here. I think I'm getting it. Yeah, Finally, I'm getting it. It is the default. I'm not setting any color. And the idea is that if I don't set a color, it's transparent, which makes no sense. And then I have to use the line color of the connector, not the arrowheads. So it's kind of intended, but I've got to go to something. So the connector style that I'm using here is not setting arrowhead styles. I could pass an arrowhead style, I think. Yep. So I can pass an arrowhead from and to being an arrowhead style, but I'm not doing that. Therefore, we get the default of arrowhead style. It's very annoying. I can't jump to that directly. To jump to arrowhead and then find the style. So that takes the default from the arrowhead base style params default, which is derived from shape style params default. Which is two transparent color sets. Kind of intentionally, I guess. And then if you pass that to create connector, I could immediately update it here because now it's already clear that the user did not provide color. But can also delay it because it just passes on and on and on and on until you really need color. So let's pass it on to the helper, and the helper passes it to itself, and then it passes it to add connector. And then, now is it now time to fix it or not? This is passed to the constructor of draw connector. Pretty sure we still have everything we need. But here it's being drawn, so something must happen before we return from this. So the connector itself could do it, the draw connector. Connector. So we get here, and then if we see that it is unequal no arrow, then I'm setting a shape, and I should fix the color as well. Yep. And the funny thing here is that no, it's not funny. Let me think. How do I set it in the first place here? It should be just line color. Probably should set both line color and fill color. Let's start with setting a line color. Gonna set it to red to see if that works. This is a draw connector.h. Wait, this is, I have to do that for both. Yay, that works. Now all the arrowheads are red. So that works beautifully. Also, this one has both to and from set on both sides, and this one has only one set, for example. This one also has two set. Why does it have two set? Yeah, because it's just a distance. Okay. Probably should have done that here as well. It's also a distance. But this can be negative. This is more like a vector. Okay, whatever. I think it works. Just have to pick the right color now instead of red. So that is in draw connector, right? And then we have, wait a minute, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Yeah. Blah. Let's just set it to arrayed line color and then override it with an if. What the hell happened? Shift V. Substitute formers 2. Oh, now they have their own color. Pretty sure everything works fine now. Okay, much better. I guess I fixed the bug of yesterday. Hi, Teufel. The shortest memory possible. Oh. Maybe not that short. Shape.8 was correct, but I missed the draw. Well, still pretty short. Or maybe you should let the assert in because open arrow should have a color. Nah. Right, well, I guess I could add a slider style, and then there's nothing to do in terms of style anymore, at least nothing that I was really annoyed about. But nah. No. Let's continue with the curves, and then I can go back to machine learning. I think, it's not clear anymore what to do here. So after that. That's a bloody ellipse. The hell? Now what? Sliders don't work anymore? This one works. Quantity slide it. What? Not handling dragging. I'm not handling dragging. That is it. That's it. Yeah, it's part of this while true. Mm-hmm. all that effort just to draw a straight line. It's almost 3D. Which is your thing. Beautiful, beautiful. Because someone with an IQ of 300, you could ask a question like, suppose you draw a circle and then you rotate it as if it is a coin, such that a dot on the circumference of the circle. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, no, 20. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You have 16 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, of course, 16. That had to be a power of 2 anyway. So divide a circle in 16, and then this point and touches this line. The point touches the line, and this one as well. Is then the next point on the original circle. So those two and those two. I would say very, very, very non-trivial. But it seems to be the case. I can't get it exactly on that value, but stupid slider only wants to slide 1 pixel at a time. So the 300 IQ guy would say, yes, of course. I have no idea. Really, why the hell is this the case? Yep, you'll never know. Oh, that's also, oh no, it's not interesting. Well, actually, it is interesting. Or isn't it? No, it's not. This is also not a coincidence, I think. These points are on the circle at the moment that it forms a line. And then you go to the next one. These two are on the circle. Well, these two are obviously on the circle because symmetry. If I put one on the circle, then the other one is automatically also on the circle. But in this case, it really looks like the point is at the point where the curve touches that vertical line. And by the way, it moves over this line here. It just always touches the line, which is logical if you know how that was built, the formula. I'm just playing. At least now it's a circle again, so I'm committed. Git status div spielerij git commit a no. Make the circle great again. I need an idea for the interface of drawing curves. If I just have a function, currently I can do it, but currently I'm constructing a Bezier fitter which has a lambda that returns a function of t. You can even tell it the range in which t varies, must vary. And you have to give it some kind of idea of the clipping rectangle and accuracy, and then it draws it. Well, at least then I still have to do a few things. Actually create the Bezier curves and then draw all of them, but yeah, that I guess that should be hidden, right? So we could make an object that wraps everything. Or put this stuff inside the Bezier curve, Bezier fitter, I mean. The vector of Bezier curves as well. Or make it a plot. So I have a Bezier fitter, and then we call plot add Bezier fitter or add curve. Already have a plot Bezier curve though, but okay, that's a single Bezier curve. Or this can't do that anymore, or probably a better idea is to make it a default constructed object and then pass all these arguments to the solve, which is definitely also weird. Yeah. I'm getting tired again. I still have not enough sleep. It's all my fault. I'm gonna play a game of chess and then maybe make dinner. I can't think anymore. Doodly-doo-doo. Let's play Sicilian. Oh, what? Close Sicilian. I hate it. Yeah, and I can't take it because of the check. What is he gonna do after that then? So I'll play this. And now I take it. Then he plays this pawn. And then if I go away, I have to check again, and I lose my bishop again. Oh, yep, still can't take it. Should have done the bishop, I guess. No, need to castle. This is now a nasty move, though. There's no room to go anywhere. If he pushes it, I have to go back. Well, yeah, well, okay, so be it. Yeah. Well, things banned, but I have a go here. I threaten something. Pretty big threat. So it should be possible. What is he going to do about it? Sleepy. Why don't I feel like this when I'm just going to bed? Then I would actually turn off the lights. No, come on. Why is he thinking? Because of the 1828, 200 points are opening traps, and we just passed that point. So now there's nothing left. He's completely out of energy. Well. Tja. Play this, give away a pawn. Play this. No. Not really having enough room. It isn't even a bad move, this. It's gonna push me. I want to go there. Might as well do it immediately then. Yeah, let's do it immediately. Was a bad horsey, and now he has to give up a bishop pair, unless some other trick is coming, like the rook move. Sleepy. That bishop. Okay, let's dig around on this file. Well, at least now I can move my queen here. Especially a bit scared of this move all this time. A little bit scared. I think pushing this pawn is a good move. Nobody knows why he's doing that. Why? Why is he doing that? Mr. James Bond. I can go here with a b4. I could go here before. If I take then my bishop becomes weak. He takes like that. I have to move my knight and I lose the bishop. Let's not do that. Let us instead go here. Yeah, I have too much steps, I know. It's like my diary, I guess. I can go back and see that, oh, a year ago I was doing that, yeah. And if I don't keep the tabs open, then I just forget. You can see that I was still working on Vulkan here. That's a very long time ago. And here I have my own website. Somewhere, I think. Yeah, localhost, yeah, that's not really working anymore, of course. The server's not running. Am I still not winning? No, not really. Giving away a pawn now here. That's not good. I'll take this pawn. Oh. But wait a minute, if he takes my bishop and I take the knight, then he can take this pawn. Maybe we should bake an egg, yeah. When I was a radio pirate as a teenager, I used to make fun of baking eggs on the transmitter if it became very hot. Shall I push this pawn? No, let's not do that. I'm winning on time anyway. I don't know why this guy suddenly became so slow. No, might as well take it. Might as well take it. And then take this one. And now we are a pawn up. Nothing wrong with being a pawn up. He's doing that. That costs the game. And he resigns. Thank you very much. Thanks for playing. Still thinking. Why is this guy thinking? He resigns. Okay. No. Exciting. Rematch. Okay, let's play the rematch. Of course, we play a rematch. This time he has his computer ready. Don't do it. They will know. And then you get banned. Plus, it's no fun, of course. Maybe I should develop all my pieces, like the knights and the bishops. Thank you, Ninja. I wasn't that impressed, but he gave it away. Seems still the only way I can win chess, by waiting till my opponent makes a blunder, a serious one. Where does my last bishop go to? Could put it there. Making the... I'm gonna hit this bishop. He's gonna take it. Boom, 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 boom. Yep. Now he attacks that one, and now we defend it with an undeveloped bishop. And then he attacks it again, so I defend it, I guess, with a rook. And then he takes it because he wants to get my bishop pair back. Plus, then the knight can move with attack on my rook. But where does the knight go to? I don't know. I just move my rook back, I think. Wherever the knight is going. Yeah, well, knight's going back, rook going back, everyone happy. Going here. And I'm going here. Maybe he thinks if I exchange everything, which means that I will take back here if he does that, then it will become a draw. But no. Never exchange everything. Because yeah, he feels so slow, but there's still 4 minutes left. What is going on? Yeah, it's not a very good position for white, I have to admit. I don't think he will exchange this. That would be really, really stupid. Suppose I move my knight here and he takes my pawn, and then I attack the bishop and that pawn at the same time. So he moves his bishop back. Now he puts a rook behind it. Not the best thing. This is my only open file, so that's where my rook goes to. Now all we have to do is get rid of this pawn. Well, f4 e5. That should do it. He does exchange it. Now come on, man, that you can't do that. Weaknesses. Okay, I only have rooks, but oh, he wins a pawn with it. Oh, he wins a pawn with it. Yeah, now I have a problem. There is no fun. Pawn down. He wants to double. What is the big trick here? Not really having any idea. Well, I have a double attack now. If it was my move on this and that pawn. Queen here attacks two pawns. What is she going to do about that? Yeah. Let's complicate things a little bit. Oh, you can give check here. Oh, that's very nasty. So So I have to take back with the rook. Take here, take this check. I just go to the side. It takes here. Ignore it. I think you can do this. I probably should take it. Probably. Although then the queen comes in here, which is also looks extremely deadly. Very, very deadly. Not sure if I survive that. Put my rook behind it, but then he can just take here. He's already pawn up, right? If I take here, which would be the route to winning, he can give no checks. Oh, let's do that. Oh, you can give checks. It just gives checks. Checks, check, 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 check. Shall we exchange queens? He does not want to exchange queens. He gives me a rook. But then he promotes here after I take the rook. It's probably not what I want. And he threatens to give check here, of course. I think it's time to take the pawn before the thing promotes. And yeah, this is not an option. I have to go there. And now I have to go here, I think. It's all very scary. Very scary. And then he goes there. Yeah, the naked king. But he has to keep giving check, right? Give no check even once. No, I'm not do this, I think. Hoping that we can stop the infinite checks, because I'm way up in time. And I have a pawn majority here, so exchanging queens for him is a losing position. Pretty sure. Okay, so what about I go here and he cannot really give check anymore. He can give check, of course. He just can give check. Hey, I won on time. He wanted to win too badly. Let's see what the computer thinks about the position. Black is completely winning, yeah. Especially my last move was bad. The idea was that, what is this going to do? You can't find this move, right? Queen here. threatens check here. My idea is if he takes my queen that I would be winning. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, it's a draw. But then I would have been one time, I suppose. No, it's not that easy. Would also have to exchange the rooks, I think, before it's really winning. Let's say black plays this, and I play this, and the idiots exchange rooks. I'm still not winning. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's nonsense. Cut off the king. You walk. His king is better. I walk. Oh my god, he's going to attack it. Yeah. And in the meantime, I gave the game away. I'm so clueless. I can't play chess. Okay. I'll be back later. I'm going to make dinner.